What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chris, aka the Water King, coming at you for another Dueling Bros video. And who's ready for that meetup tonight? I know I am. I already got all my decks ready, and it's gonna be a blasty blast. It's my pre-birthday bash. That's right. Today's your boy's almost birthday, right? Tomorrow's my birthday, but we gonna party it out tonight. So I'm super duper excited about that. So I want to see everybody come through, and let's just have a good time. Let's duel it up. Let's make some trades. Let's make some new friends. And just, of course, overall, let's have a good time building the MetaZoo community. So, but let's get into this giveaway that we had announced yesterday, right? So I part of the giveaway video that I announced yesterday, I also said I was going to be doing a flame deck breakdown so that you guys would know how to use the flame deck that I am also offering up in the giveaway. So that's what this video is. You're about to get the flame deck breakdown right now. And so it's a mini deck breakdown. It's not quite as extensive as most deck breakdowns are because I feel like this is at the top of the meta. So I want you guys to kind of choose what you guys want to use in your deck. And also there's so many cards that will be able to work in this deck because of the cards that I feel are the core of it. And so I'm going to go over the core of the deck, and there's like 15 to 18 cards that you can put in the deck outside of the cards that I have laid out that I'm going to be talking about. And that's up to you, I promise. Like, when you see the cards I lay out and after I explain everything, there are many different options that you can go with this deck and it be completely viable for a tournament, maybe even the Casters Cup. Especially when you start to think about side decks. So don't miss out on the flame deck giveaway. Go to that post, make sure you're liking our Instagram, following it, right, and then you like the post on Instagram. Comment down below that what deck you would want in a future giveaway, and then tag 3 people. You'll be entered into that flame deck giveaway. And after you watch this video, you'll properly know how to use that flame deck that we're trying to give away. And then if you don't, of course, win that deck in the giveaway, we got future giveaways. We're going to give away a deck a month. But on top of that, we are selling pre-made decks now. So hit your boys up, DM us. We got you covered. And we got pre-made decks. We got standard non-hollow ones that'll be pretty cheap, but completely usable in competitive tournaments still. Have all the cards like Power of Bread and everything in there. Or we have the top shelf ones that will have a little bit more expensive cards, but for people who like to have that shiny deck, we got you. And then if you want us to have like a completely customized deck, if you're like, I want these specific cards in the deck, but I don't know what else I want in the deck, we got you. We can figure out how to make that deck work for you, and we can send that deck for just a small customization fee. We have a lot of stuff going on here at the Bros, as well as our tournaments. We're going to have more stuff coming up. I announced that in that previous video. So you just keep watching out. We have so much content. It's very easy to miss some Dueling Bros content. So you just make sure you check our page multiple times a day. And we appreciate everything you do for us. So we keep everything rolling for you guys. Let's check out this flame deck breakdown. Okay, and let's get into this flame deck breakdown. So this is actually going to be somewhat of a different type of breakdown. As you can see, this is clearly not a full deck. If you guys have played a lot of MetaZoo, you guys kind of know what a deck sleeve looks like in thickness, and this is missing about 15 to 18 cards because I'm going to show you guys the core. There are so many different ways to build this deck, and none of them are wrong. So I'm going to show you guys the core of what is a flame deck for this meta right now. So let's go ahead and get into it, right? So as always, we start with that 10 aura. Okay, so I normally do like 11, but in this deck 10 is fine because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 aura facts. Okay, so with those 10 aura and then 4 aura facts, you're gonna have no problem contracting any beasties you might need in a 40 card deck, right? So that is maybe add another aura if you go up to 45, but 40 card deck, this right here is good enough. 14 aura cards for 40 cards. You draw 7 at the beginning. I mean, if you go aura dry, it's just bad luck. I mean, to be honest, I don't have an issue with that at all. That's one of my main goals of all my decks, is to not have an aura dry problem, because what's the point? Like, you can't play if you go aura dry. You literally are just looking at what could be if you have no aura. So that's the main goal, right? So then we got desert, because most of the beasties are going to get a desert bonus, and well, not most of them, all of them. And then we got wildfire, bam, bam. So wildfire, contract this spell as if it were a terror page. Treat this spell as a basic terror page. It goes to the afterlife when destroyed. Each caster loses 20 LP at the end of each turn while this spell is in the arena. So I do have a little bit of confusion about this. It's still going to be playable either way. I don't know whether Destroy Terra will destroy this card or not. I need a metazoologist to kind of clear that up for me. I think because it's a spell, it won't, but it's treated as a basic Terra. So I don't know if that means it just goes to the afterlife when it's destroyed, or if it also can be targeted by like Destroy Terra. So that's just gonna. I just need a little bit of clearing up, but it would make sense if Destroy Terra does work on it. So I wouldn't be mad at it, and that just means you need to be a little bit more cautious with how you play Wildfire. But either way, this card really speeds up the game, and you can have 3 of them. So even if you only have 3 out, like for like a few turns, that is super, super devastating. That's 20 LP at the end of each turn for each Wildfire out there, right? So then we have Nita the Black Bear. She has 2 regenerate traits, 2 fire, 2 neutral, 70 LP, and she's a beautiful hollow. She gets a forest and a desert bonus. So bam, you peep that. We got both of those in there. 20 attack from forest and 20 health from what you call it, from desert. And at the end of your turn, recover 5 XLP, where X is equal to the amount of burn counters you have. Remove those burn counters. So basically, you can heal yourself at the end of every turn with Nita. And then if you use her power, this page gains plus 5 LP for every forest and farm Terra in the arena. So, with wildfires alone, they're considered as 3 forest Terras. So if you fatigue her, then bam, you get 15 LP. So that's really, really cool. And then her basic attack has 60 attack. So she's a very, very strong card, and she has fire and neutral, so she's good and not just in a very versatile type fire deck, right? And so now we get the bread and butter of this deck, and that is Explosive Rabbits. You will see every one of my rabbits is reverse hollow, because I like to signify what is the key makers in my deck, and I love these rabbits. Okay, you can have 10, and I have all 10 in my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bam. Okay, so why are the rabbits so good? Why are the rabbits so good? Well, first of all, they have fleet footwork and they're a 1-drop, so you'll be able to do turn 1 damage. Okay, so the other thing is they're only 1 aura. So that's the reason why this is plenty of aura. This is like you're trying to swarm the field. Yeah, you will get Flood the Earth eventually, but that's up to you to figure out how to take your own measures, and to figure out what else you want in the rest of this deck to actually either not prevent, because you can't prevent Flood the Earth, but either try to outpace Flood the Earth before they can get Flood the Earth out, or take countermeasures to react to Flood the Earth properly, because you can't prevent it, but you can react to it in a very positive way. There's ways, right? So then we have Explosive Rabbit, right? So 10 per spell book. It's 1 fire aura, 5 LP. That is A-okay. At first, you're like, yeah, whatever, but it's perfectly fine if this beastie gets destroyed. It has fleet footwork. It gets 10 damage from forest and desert. So bam, bam. So it becomes a 40. It has 1 drop that does 40 damage if you have both those Terras out, and which oftentimes I do. And then let's see, it destroyed. If this beastie was destroyed when it is not your turn, target beastie, artifact, or caster is dealt 10 damage. It is inflicted with burn. And then its attack is Explosive Hop 20. Now this destroyed effect is super, super duper crucial, right? You can burn, you can deal 10 damage to anything and then burn it, okay? So now artifacts can't be burned, they don't have attacks, so like you can still do the damage, but the burn really won't go through to the artifact because you can't burn an artifact. But the fact that you can just burn the caster or burn a beastie is very, very, very good. So it's like if they don't want to deal with burn and they leave the bunnies out, then they have to deal with consistent damage from the bunnies. So never, ever, ever use a bunny as a sacrificial lamb towards something unless it's like absolutely necessary to you surviving. Okay, the bunnies are for your opponent to destroy and on their turn, so you can use the bunnies effect properly, or use as defenders to force the burn when they attack. So, these are like the core of any flame deck right now for this meta. And then of course you want to have Power Up Red, and then you want to have Bookmark, of course, and then it's kind of your choice of whether you want to do Lightning in a Bottle or in other potions or anti-potion. Both are very good options right now. It's your style of play, and just know that either option you choose, side decks are going to be made, and adjustments will need to be made for game 2 and game 3 of matches, no matter what. That's why I feel like you can choose either or, because I feel like most side decks are either going to have Lightning in a Bottles or anti-potion. Because if someone realizes you're anti-potion them a lot, they're going to take out their potions. So maybe you might want to put in your own potions to speed this up even faster. But that's just some food for thought. Like I said, this isn't the full deck, of course. This is not even close to the full deck. It's like 15 to 18 cards short. And I just want you guys to see the core of the deck. And we're giving away a flame deck, so a lot of these cards will be in that flame deck. And I just wanted to be able to tell you guys how to use the rabbits, and show you Wildfire, and then kind of show you the core basics, because I know a lot of people ask about aura and aura effects and all that, and then is Terra useful, is Terra not? And that Terra is up to you. Like, if you take that desert out, you can do that, but sure, but you got to think about it this way. Like, each rabbit gets 10 damage from desert. I've faced a lot of people who aren't scared of these rabbits at first, and then that's a mistake. So it's up to you guys. Go ahead and go over to that last post where we're giving away that flame deck, and like it, comment down below what deck you would want to see in a future giveaway. Tag 3 people. Make sure you like our follow on our Instagram page as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed this mini flame deck breakdown. Look out for the cosmic deck breakdown. That is going to be a full deck breakdown, not like this. And I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you. Peace.